What is up, guys? Anthony here, back with another Destiny Child video here on the channel. And in today's Destiny Child video, everyone, we are going to be overviewing the update note for December 23rd, 2021 of Destiny Child Global, of course. Now, this video is being posted a little bit later than I normally do upload, as of course I did just get up and check out this update note. So we do have the amazing update here, and overall very exciting content here that will be arriving with tomorrow's update. But yeah, we'll be overviewing it in today's video, so let's get started here with the update note. Of course, we are on the Destiny Child Moot page. We'll be overviewing the most important portions of this update, so if you guys would like to check out everything in a whole, I'll be sure to have this linked in the description box below. So let's get started here. Of course, we do have first up the World Boss Trial Season 23 Reincarnation Nicole. The World Boss battle period will be from December 23rd after maintenance up until January 10th 4 a.m. UTC. For the Magic Mirror Shop period, we do have December 23rd after maintenance, and of course until January 13th until maintenance. As for the boost childs here for the event, we do have Predator Gorilla, the new wood type supporter unit, being here for the boost child of the World Boss Trial event. Of course, we do have a 60% boost at +0, and she does scale to 120 boost at +6. As for Hell here, she is the second boost child here, the wood attacker, a 30% boost at +0 and scaling to a 48% boost at +6 status. Next up here, we do have the second event, of course, going on alongside the World Boss Trial event, being the narrative dungeon. Of course, this does run after the maintenance up until January 13th until maintenance, and of course this is where you can obtain the unit Predator Gorilla, one copy of her for free. Now, for the boost childs of the events, we do have Predator Gorilla, of course, at a 60% boost, scaling to 120% at +6, of course, and the second boost child being Naive Cinerix at a 30% boost at +0, scaling to a 48% boost at +6. And of course, if we scroll down here, we do have the rewards for the narrative collection. Of course, on the 7th clear, you do have a chance to obtain the 5-star Predator Gorilla. So if you do manage to clear all 7 grids, you will obtain a copy of Gorilla for free. Now, overall, she is very strong, and we'll overview her kits in just a bit here. But yeah, a very amazing narrative dungeon unit, and of course we do have a very amazing world boss unit as well, which we'll overview in just a moment. Alright everyone, first up here we do have Nicole, the water type debuffer. As you can see, her before awakening costume featured here on the screen. Of course, in her live 2D form, very cute. I do like the unit a ton. And of course, if we do scroll down a bit, we do have the after awakening costume as well. She does fit the Christmas theme, of course, Christmas Nicole. And if we do scroll down here as well, we can check out the skill set. So let's do check out the skill set here at rank 1 level 1 stats here. We do have the tap skill here, deal 407 damage to one enemy, priority attackers, and skill gauge explosion, reset skill gauge, and 500 bonus damage in proportion to the deleted skill gauge. As for the slide skill here, which is very strong, we do have Ifrat's Moon, which does deal 723 damage to 2 enemies, priority skill gauge charging, snow bomb 700 damage, and skill reset in 10 seconds, a 70% chance of freeze, skill gauge charge amounts decreased, and a damage over time debuff, damage increased for 14 seconds, and poison add 500 damage every time the target takes action, and bonus damage every time the target receives damage to enemies for 2 turns in PvP. So a very strong slide skill here. She will definitely be a game changer in the PvP side of the game. Of course, a very strong combo here on the slide skill. She does have the snow bomb, so she does decrease skill gauge charge, and of course she does slow the enemy, as well as she does increase damage over time, and she does deal poison damage. So you can kind of think of her as a combination of Methuselah, the water type debuffer, and Eve in sort of a way. So she will have an amazing time in PvP, very strong units. And moving on to the drive skill here, we do have deal 2138 damage to 3 enemies, priority attackers, skill gauge explosion, reset skill gauge, and 1500 bonus damage in proportion to the deleted skill gauge, and snow bomb 1500 damage and skill reset in 10 seconds. As for the leader buff here, All enemies slide skill cooldown plus 1 second long. What we can gather here is that she is a very strong debuffer, so you will definitely want to obtain this world boss unit from the shop. Definitely obtain as many copies as you can from this upcoming world boss trial. She will be a game changer for PvP, a very top tier debuffer 100% of the time. Now, checking out her ignited skill set here, I'll be sure to leave this on the screen for just a second, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. Of course, we'll overview her slide skill here just to do so. As for the ignited slide skill, we do have deal 4,179 damage to 3 enemies, priority skill gauge charging, snow bomb 2,200 damage, and skill reset in 10 seconds, a 92.8% chance of freeze, skill charge speed and amount decreased, and increased final blow damage for damaged overtime debuffs for 14 seconds, and poison add 1,444 damage every time the target takes action, and bonus damage every time the target receives damage 3 enemies for 2 turns in PvP. As for the drive skill here, Bon Noel, deal 7,714 damage to 3 enemies, priority attackers, skill gauge explosions, reset skill gauge, and 2,500 bonus damage in proportion to deleted skill gauge, and snow bomb 2,000 damage and skill reset in 10 seconds. So you guys can see here the ignited skill set is very strong as well. So overall, a very amazing unit here in the world boss trial side of the game. Of course, you will definitely want to obtain this world boss unit. She is free after all, so definitely go for her if you can. Now, moving on to the wood type supporter unit here in Gorilla, we do have the chance to obtain her, of course, from the narrative dungeon, as we did discuss earlier on. Now, there is her before awakening costume on the screen right now, of course, in her live 2D animation. And if we do scroll down here, we do have the after awakening costume as well, looking very seductive. I do like this costume as well. Very nice looking unit here in Gorilla. And for the skill set here, of course, we do have it on screen now. A very strong supporter unit, and you guys will see why here. We do have the tap skill here, Demon's Ambition, deal 401 damage to the target, and add a 60% chance of removing time-based debuffs on allies, priority time-based debuff. So a very nice tap skill here for the boss. And of course, we do have the slide skill here, deal 727 damage to 2 random enemies, skill damage plus 35% for 5 wood type allies, priority highest attack, which is very nice. She does prioritize the highest attack units, so this isn't RNG based, but we have it increased for 16 seconds, and a 75% chance of time twist, remove all of target's time-based debuffs, skill gauge charge speed plus 40% on 5 wood type allies, priority highest attack, which is very nice yet again, for 16 seconds in world boss. So she is a world boss supporter unit, a very strong character. She does actually overpower the Wodan, so in some cases you would want to use Wodan for this upcoming event, but no need now, as Gorilla does her job, and of course more. Now for the drive skill here, it actually is very strong, so you will want to run this on rotation for your drive skill order. For the world boss trial, we do have Dream of a Legion, deal 1882 damage to 3 random enemies, and attack plus 70% for 2 turns, and nullify for 5 seconds for 5 wood type allies, priority highest attack. So very strong here. We do have the attack increase of 70% for 2 turns, and of course she does nullify, I believe, debuffs for 5 seconds for 5 wood type allies. So this is very strong. Of course, she does prioritize the highest attack, which is amazing. On all of her skills, she does prioritize the highest attack here for the slide and drive. Now on the tap, of course, she does prioritize the time-based debuff. Now for the leader buff here, we do have wood type allies plus 20%, the attack, and wood type allies cooldown minus 1 second in world boss. So she will be a candidate for the best leader buff here in the water type world boss side of the game. So of course, an amazing unit here, and we'll check out her ignited skill set here as well, so you guys can see the slide skill here. Deal 4,147 damage to 2 random enemies, skill damage plus 125% for 5 wood type allies, priority highest attack for 2 turns, and add a 95.1% chance of time twist on 5 wood type allies, priority the highest attack for 2 turns in world boss. And of course, you can see here on the drive skill as well, we do have the increase in damage as well as the 70% for 3 turns now here if you do ignite her. So a very strong unit. I would definitely suggest you all to at least obtain the narrative copy if you don't happen to have crystals, but definitely summon for this unit as well. She's a very strong wood type supporter, and she will do you amazingly in the world boss trial as well as in the narrative dungeon for the boost. Next up here, everyone, we do have the third and final unit of the event. So like I was mentioning on my live streams recently, we did expect 3 units with this event, and of course Destiny Child did come through with 3 units. Now the difference with this unit is actually she is launching on January 1st. So for the first week or so throughout the world boss trial, we will be without the wood type attacker Polar Pepita. Now she is very strong and definitely a game changer for the entire game, actually, as you can see her here in her before awakening costume on the screen right now in her live 2D animation. So yeah, after the January 1st day, we will have the banner being launched, as you can see here from January 1st, 0 UTC. She will be available to summon here on a guaranteed upon summoning banner. And after the January 13th maintenance, she will be added to the general pool. So if you guys do happen to have 5-star summoning tickets or so, and you did want to test your luck for Pepita when she does launch, do not summon those tickets until after January 13th. She will not be in the pool until then. But of course, we do have the before awakening costume of Polar Pepita, and if we do scroll down here, there she is once more in the after awakening costume, of course fitting the Christmas theme, looking very amazing. And of course she is very strong as well, and you guys will see here why she is a entire game changer for Destiny Child. We do have the tap skill here, Cold Benediction here at rank 1 level 1 stats, of course, deal 510 damage to 1 enemy, priority water types, 200 bonus damage, counter attack, ignores enemies reflect, and skill damage plus 13%, max stacks 3 on self for 16 seconds, and nullify canceled in 10 seconds or after 1 debuff attacks on self in PvE. As for the slide skill here, Beltane, we do have deal 561 120% damage to 2 enemies, priority lowest HP 2 times, 800 bonus damage, and buff explosion, remove 1 buff and damage coefficient times 300 based on buff type. In PvP, inflict a wind blast 250 bonus damage in proportion to the number of wood type allies, up to 10 on 1 debuff type enemy. As for the drive skill here, Innocence, deal 2,823 damage to 4 enemies, priority lowest HP, and 700 bonus damage. As for the leader buff here, all allies attack plus 20%. In PvE, all allies skill damage plus 20%. And in PvP, wood type allies skill charge amount plus 20%. So as you guys can see, she is a percentage based slider, and as you can see, she does hit 2 times on the slide skill. So when she is actually fully ignited, she is a 6-hit slider with a percentage based hit. So she will be probably the strongest attacker in the game after being fully ignited, and honestly she does power creep plus 6 units at base uncap here in the world boss trial side of the game. She is very strong. You will definitely want to obtain this unit when she does launch. As for the others, they are strong as well, but Polar Pepita, compared to the other attackers in world boss, she is very overpowered compared to them. And when you do ignite her, she will be dealing nearly millions of damage on the slide skill honestly alone. And of course, she does flex to the PvP side of the game, so she is a very strong unit that does increase in value if you do ignites, of course, as with many, but she does flex to all areas of the game. As you can see, she does have PvE and PvP on the leader buff. She does help a ton in PvP with the wind blast, and of course, based on the number of wood type allies, she does have the increase to the bonus damage here on the slide. And of course, this does scale up to 10 units, so you can run her in endless. If you do have a wood type team in endless, then she will do amazing in endless duel. And of course, the tap skill here does seem to be pretty decent for the world boss trial, but we'll see how we do run her. But yeah, overall a very strong unit, and you guys can see here actually on the ignited skill set, we do have the slide skill here, which does deal 4,183 damage, 175.2% damage to 2 enemies, priority lowest HP 3 times, 1905 bonus damage, and buff explosion, remove 1 buff and damage coefficient, 801 based on the buff type. In PvP, inflict wind blast, 803 bonus damage in proportion to number of wood type allies, up to 10 on 1 debuffer type enemy. So as you guys can see, she does hit 3 times here on the slide to 2 enemies, which does mean she is a 6-hit slider percentage based unit. Very overpowered, the first unit of its kind here on the global version. I'm not sure if Korea does have a 6-hit percentage based unit, but overall a very strong attacker unit. You will definitely want to obtain all 3 of these units, as they all do seem to be very strong in their own way. So overall, a very amazing update so far with the units. And moving on to the costumes, let's check it out now. All right, everyone, moving on to the costumes. We did overview all of the units, so very amazing units. Now we do have the costumes here. Miracle Cinerix, this is actually a free costume available through the New Year's celebration login event. So very cute here for Cinerix. There she is, receiving a new costume for herself. Now for the hot spring costumes, we do have the 2D versions. I do believe the live 2Ds aren't available just yet, but they'll add them probably in the future. We do have hot spring Nicole here, as well as hot spring Grilla, and of course hot spring Pepita as well. Now moving on to the soul carta, we actually do have a new top tier soul carta here for supporter units here, the 5-star change of air, of course showcasing Nicole here. Very beautiful arts there as well. As for the level 1 prism uncapped 2+0 here, we do have HP and defense, of course, here with 1311 HP and 729 defense. As for the option here, add 3% skill gauge on an incoming hit. So very strong for your units, and you will want to prioritize this carta on your supporter units. Very overpowered for the supporters. I do believe the best carta for them. So definitely, if you do have a chance, summon for this carta, as it will be very nice on your supporter characters. Now last but not least here, we do have the Lisa's Extras Lessons event. Of course, this is being reran once more, which we did not expect at all. Of course, we do have it here, and with this event, we are actually receiving fully ignited +6 units, level 60, and of course fully skilled out at tier 7 level 10 skills. So very amazing here with this update. Honestly, probably the best update all year long. We are having the chance to obtain fully ignited +6 units here with the Lisa's Lessons, and of course we can check out the options here on screen right now. For the 5-star units, we will have 3 fully ignited 5-star childs, and of course we will have 4 options of the 4-star fully ignited units here as well, totaling to 7 fully ignited units here from the Lisa's Lessons event. As of course for the options here, as you guys can see on the screen, we will overview the 5-star units only, but of course you guys can see here the 4 stars as well for the 2nd and 3rd day. But for the 1st day, we do have a fully ignited Eve, the water type one, of course. As for the next tier, we do have a fully ignited 1-sword Tiamat, the fire type attacker, 5-star fully ignited risk taker Annie, 5-star fully ignited brilliant Arya, the light type attacker, 5-star fully ignited hasty Ophoes, a top tier option here as well, a 5-star fully ignited kind Leo, fully ignited tragedy Rusalka, fully ignited dazzling Venus, fully ignited light beam Mona, and a fully ignited daybreak Samil. Now moving on to the 4th day, of course, we do have more 5 stars here. Of course, all fully ignited, we do have Babel, Sun Beach Mona, self-depreciating Navi, Cube Moa, Altered Davi, Cute Euros, Bespoken Laffy, Temptress Haket, Pure White Pomona, and Cunning Mirkala. So very amazing 5-star options here so far. Some of them are very top tier and some are niche, so I am planning on making a guide for this event, of course, for the newer players to have an easier option here to deciding here on the Lisa's Lessons event. Moving on to the final day, we do have the final row of 5-star fully ignited units here in Sparkling Neptune, Pitch Dark Kalarachi, Field Pan, Lord Juno, Grieving Banshee, Zooming Mars, Glamorous Brigade, Phantom Thief Raffles, Preacher Dana, and of course Mascot Clotho. A fully ignited Mascot Clotho here for free is just amazing. So overall, very amazing update, I would say. There is the Lisa's Extras Lessons, fully ignited units, and of course we also do have here as well the Demon Fiesta here for the New Year's. So there is the login event. Complete these missions and you will have the chance to obtain a ton of rewards, as well as the final reward here in a 5-star summoning ticket and a 5-star soul credit ticket. So that'll pretty much do it for today's Destiny Child update overview here for the December 23rd 2021 update here, the final update of Destiny Child Global for 2021. So a very amazing update here. I would say the best update so far throughout 2021. Of course, amazing units, all 3 are top tier. We do have a new type of attacker in the 6-hit percentage based slider. Once fully ignited, we do have a very strong debuffer for the world boss unit, and of course the narrative dungeon gorilla is a world boss supporter unit and very strong as well. She does increase the attacker's damage a ton. And of course, we do have the fully ignited Lisa's extra lessons, which we did not expect at all, but I guess they just decided to toss it out for us here to end the year off with a bang. So yeah, very amazing update. Make sure to let me know in the comment section below what you do think of the December 23rd update. Overall, I am very excited for this event, if you guys couldn't tell throughout the video. But yeah, make sure to let me know what you are thinking for the World Boss Trial, the Lisa's extra lessons, etc. And of course, before you go, make sure to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy today's update overview. And if you haven't yet done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the Destiny Child content. And of course, if you would like to stay notified, make sure to turn on the post notification bell here on the channel, as well as we will be streaming the World Boss Trial here on the channel, of course, alongside some other games when we do have the chance. But with all of that being said, I'll see you all in the next Destiny Child video. As always, thank you all so much for watching.